and welcome to the Roy Rogers Riders Club.
Thrill again to the thundering hooves and cattle stampedes, barroom brawls, and shootouts of classic Western features and TV shows. Annie Oakley, Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, John Wayne, and all their cowboy pals and sidekicks roam the West once more. Heroes never die on Comedy MX channels. They just ride off into the sunset.
History, a man once said, is the story of soldiers. He might have added, but not all of them are soldiers of war. For instance, the soldiers of medicine fight not to take human life, but to save it. Rex Allen stars as the Frontier Doctor.
It was going to be a big day in Midvale, that day in the summer of 1904. A special train was on its way. A train bearing the President of the United States. Everyone was gathering to give him the rousing welcome he deserved. I happened to be in the neighborhood that morning. I'd driven down to the Mexican border to treat a patient. And I sure didn't want to drive home again without a chance to see the President and hear him speak.
Hello, Sheriff. Doc, Baxter. Does it take a president to bring you to Midvale?
The President and a man named Hank Gillis who come down with a bad case of the mumps over here. That the special?
Yeah, that's her. Ought to be here in a couple of minutes now.
Pardon me. Sheriff, I'm looking for my dad. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't, Tommy. But he shouldn't be hard to find. Your dad's not in jail for a change. Try one of the saloons. Any saloon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Name's Tommy Keever. Sure feels sorry for that boy. That's his trouble. His dad. Keever's the town drunk. Not just a plain ordinary drunk. Keever's a mean drunk. Hates everybody. Keever hates the whole world. Come on, Doc. Sure don't want to miss this.
Dad,
What do you want?
Mrs. Tashman says we gotta move. She threw all our clothes out of the room. She says we gotta be out by 12 o'clock.
Oh, she did she? You tell that old battle axe that we paid our rent and we're not moving anywhere. Until next Monday.
But,
Now
Dad...
get out of here! Saloon's no place for a kid.
There's no place for you either, Dad. Let's move our stuff.
Not today. I got other business.
Please, Dad. I'll ask you just once more. Stay away from that hotel.
Get out of here!
Cut that out. We'll have none of that rough stuff in here. You kid, get out of here. You don't belong. I ought to make you clean that up. But I'm closing up. I want to see the President.
I want to see him, too. Another fella I want to see is Colonel Dodge.
Colonel Dodge used to be with Teddy's Rough Riders.
He'll introduce the President if this crowd will give him a chance.
Citizens of Midvale, Mayor Smith, fellow Americans, the man I am about to introduce, the man who will step through that door, is a man who has fulfilled every promise he ever made. Fellow Americans, with a feeling of high honor and humble respect, I present to you President Theodore Roosevelt.
chased the boy out of Midvale. If Tommy had left the road, he would have gotten away. I had a fine team, but no man in a buggy cross-country can catch a man on a saddle horse. Tommy was wounded, hanging from the saddle. He was hurt. The horse he stole from the hitch rail kept running instinctively down the middle of the road. Why'd you do it, boy? Why in the world would you want to shoot Colonel Dodge?
I didn't try to shoot Colonel Dodge.
You mean you tried to shoot the president?
No, I didn't try to shoot him either. I shot clear over the roof of the hotel.
Where'd you get this gun, you little rat?
That's my business.
No, it's my business. Where'd you get this gun?
I don't think it's any of our business. The boy tried to shoot the president. It's a matter for the Secret Service.
I didn't try to shoot him.
Then who did you try to shoot?
Nobody. I just... Well,
I better patch him up here. He's bleeding pretty bad.
I'll see you hanged for this.
Take it easy, Sheriff. He's not a man. He's just a boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The president is all right. The boy's shots hit no one, and I understand he is in the sheriff's custody. The president will speak to you just as soon as we feel sure that this trouble is over. And the president wishes to thank you all very, very much for your patience.
Doctor, how old did you say that boy was?
Oh, 16 or 17, Colonel. Seems like a normal American boy.
I wonder why he fired those shots. 16 or 17. Just my boy's age. Come along, Doctor.
Tommy, the colonel just asked you a question. Why don't you answer it man to man?
We're your friends, Tommy. We're just trying to find out why you shot at that balcony.
I didn't. Honest, I didn't.
Just answer the question, Tommy.
Colonel, this boy is obviously a case of adolescent schizophrenia, sometimes referred to in Latin as dementia precox. And now, translated into plain English, the terms of the layman...
Thank you, Major. Would you gentlemen mind leaving us alone for a moment, please?
Oh, yes, sir.
Not you, Dr. Baxter. What's the matter with this boy? Can you help him?
I don't know, Colonel. I'll do the best I can. That's all I can promise.
That's all anyone can promise. I don't know why you did it, but I guess you had your reasons. I won't press any charges, Tommy.
You mean, sir... You mean you're gonna let me go?
No one was hurt but you yourself, and I hope you get well again soon. Real soon. So long, Tommy.
So long, Colonel. And thanks.
Now?
Hello, Sheriff. Good evening, Doctor. I heard the bell, but I just couldn't get here any faster.
Now, we want to ask you a few questions about that Keever boy.
Oh. Well, personally, I think he's a good boy, even with that drunken father of his. I don't know. It's hard to believe that Tommy Keever would try to shoot the president or Colonel Dodge.
It's hard for us to believe, too, Miss Tashman. That's why we're here.
Well, I spent all afternoon and part of tonight trying to find out where Tommy Keever got the gun he fired at the hotel. A hardware store at Elkton. They say they sold that to your husband about 10 years ago.
Yes, it looks like the same one. But I have always kept it, even after he died. But then again, you know, guns and me don't go too good together. It's gone. But that must be the gun. Sheriff, do you really think the boy took it?
So now we know where Tommy got the gun. What we still don't know is why he blasted away at the hotel this morning.
But won't he tell you?
Tommy won't tell us a thing. One minute we think he meant business with the gun. Then again, we can't believe he meant any bodily harm. Maybe the doctor was right when he said that Tommy has two personalities.
Whose coat is this, Miss Tashman?
Oh, it's Keever's. It's an old army coat. He probably picked it up in some saloon.
Whoever owned this coat was a sergeant in the U.S. Army. You can see where he tore the stripes off of it.
Maybe that is Keever's coat. Maybe he was in the Army once.
That's what I mean.
Keever? Keever's not the type of man to ever belong to anybody's army. That man never learned how to live. He could never learn how to die.
You don't think much of him, do you, Miss Tashman?
How could I? Don't tell me he ever was a soldier. I know a soldier when I see one. My husband. My husband died at San Juan Hill. My husband rode with Teddy Roosevelt, Lieutenant Wayne Tashman. They fought that battle side by side.
Who put the bullet holes in that picture?
He did.
Keever?
Yes, Keever. Last night. He was drunk again. So I tried to take the gun away from him, but he fired straight at the picture. This is what I think of him, he said.
Is that when you asked him to move?
Oh, I didn't ask him to move. I ordered him to move. What kind of a man is it that fires a gun at the picture, eh?
Don't get your dander up, Nell. At least he only shot at the picture.
Or did he?
What do you mean, Doc?
I'm wondering if maybe Keever wasn't carrying a grudge against Teddy Roosevelt. I'd like to catch up with that presidential train. Do you have any idea where it stops next?
Roseville Junction, about daybreak.
I'll be there. Can I take this coat with me?
Yes, of course.
You ain't taking that coat anywhere, Doc. Where's Tommy? Where's my boy?
He's over in the Midvale Hospital, and he's doing all right. You leave him alone.
Hospital?
Get this man out of here. Sheriff, don't you stand there. Get him out. Get out. Get out, you...
I'll get out. I'll get out, you old bag.
All right, Keeper. I haven't got anything I can hold you on, but out of this house you go and stay out.
Take it easy, Sheriff. He's a sick man.
Come on.
And a man like that, you call sick?
He's an alcoholic.
Then he should be in prison for the rest of his life.
Prison's no place for a man like that. It's a disease.
Disease? Well, then why don't you doctors find a cure for it?
Someday I hope we will. But it's a mental thing.
Mental?
Somewhere, somehow, we'll find a cure for it. Thanks for your help, Miss Tashman.
Oh.
The road over the hills to Rosedale Junction is a little shorter than the route the railroad took. By early morning, I was there. The presidential train coming into Roseville Junction was right on time. So was I. Outside the depot, I recognized one of the government men that had been guarding the president in Midvale. I told him I'd like to see the president's aide, Colonel Dodge. He said he'd board the train and relay my message for me to wait inside the depot.
Dr. Baxter, I got your message. I'm surprised to see you. You must have driven all night.
I imagine my horses are a little more tired than I am. Colonel, I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes if you can spare the time.
Yes, the president was asking me about that boy. What'd you find out?
Haven't found out too much yet, but I've been doing some checking on his father, and I thought maybe you might be able to help me.
Any way I can.
I have reason to believe that the boy's father might have been in the Army. I thought there might be a slim chance that you'd remember him.
Well, there's a lot of men in the Army, Doctor. What outfit was he in?
I don't really know.
What was the man's name?
Name was Keever, a three-striper, I believe.
Sergeant Keever. How could I ever forget him? Yes, he served with the Rough Riders. The word served is incorrect when applied to Keever.
Jack Keever?
Sergeant Jack Keever. He was the only coward we ever had in the Rough Riders. He hid in a ditch with a bottle while the rest of the boys stormed the hill. That man, if you can call him a man, cost the lives of 7 Rough Riders. He was responsible for 62 casualties.
What happened to him? After San Juan Hill, I mean.
As captain, it was my duty to report him to our commanding officer. I did. I reported him to Colonel Teddy Roosevelt, and we had Keever up in the general court-martial. We had him drummed out of the Army. Dishonorable discharge. But let's get on with it. What's this got to do with the boy? Keever. That was the boy's name.
His father. But I don't believe the boy tried to shoot the president. In fact, I think he tried to save his life.
Save his life?
Yours, too. And what you just told me about the boy's father convinces me. Colonel, I won't take up any more of your time. You've been a great help.
What do you think really happened back there at Midvale?
I'd rather not say until I have a little more proof, but I'm going to ride back to Midvale now and have a talk with the boy.
Well, I'll look forward to hearing from you.
I think you'll be hearing from me real soon. Bye, Colonel.
Good luck, Doctor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Doctor.
Morning. Where's Tommy?
Well, he wanted to get up, so I helped him get his clothes on, and he's out on the porch getting some sun.
How's he feeling?
Restless. He didn't sleep very well last night, even with the sedatives. But at least he's finally stopped talking in his sleep.
You been talking in his sleep?
Quite a bit. I'd like to show you something. Last night, Tommy asked his father to bring around this suitcase. It was locked, and Tommy had the key hidden in his shoe. He didn't open it until after his father had gone.
That's a picture of West Point, graduating class.
Apparently, Tommy wants to be a soldier. And look here, these are the textbooks they use at West Point. And he has lots of pictures like that. Pictures of Colonel Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. Apparently, Tommy's a great admirer of the president. That's what I don't understand. If Tommy so admired Teddy Roosevelt, then why did he try to shoot him?
He didn't.
But I was down at the hotel. I saw it with my own eyes.
You didn't see him try to shoot the president. You want to know what I think's really wrong with Tommy? He has a case of torn loyalties. On one part is a deep natural love for his country. The other part is a natural love for his father. Tommy's all mixed up.
You have no right to open that. It's none of your business.
Oh, Tommy, I was just trying to help you.
We're on your side, Tommy. And when you're old enough, we'd like to see you go to West Point. You do want to go, don't you?
Sure. But how can I? My own dad was a coward at San Juan Hill. What use would they have for me?
It's the wrong attitude, Tommy. You can go to West Point if you really set your heart to it.
It takes more than setting your heart.
Tommy? Why don't you and I have a little talk, man to man? If you'll tell me the truth, maybe we can make a deal. You keep on going to school and try as hard as you can and make good marks, and I'll do everything I can to get you into West Point.
But who'll get me the appointment?
President Theodore Roosevelt and Colonel Dodge. But first you have to tell me the truth about what happened down at the hotel. You took that gun from Mrs. Cashman's rooming house, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You didn't intend to shoot anybody. You figured that when you fired that shot into the air, it would attract everyone's attention and stop your dad from shooting, didn't you?
Well, sir,
Tommy, you're not protecting him by lying. Your father, in a drunken stupor, was out to get revenge against the President and Colonel Dodge. He's a sick man, and he blames them instead of himself for the mess he's got his life into. Tommy, you can't go on forever living in the shadow of another man's mistake.
You won't have to, Tommy. You and me, we're getting out of here. We got things to do. We'll start a new life.
Keeper, put that gun down.
You keep out of this, Doc. Come on, Tommy. I got the wagon right outside. Nobody's gonna take you away from me, son. I'll kill anybody who tries.
Keeper, you've lived half of your life hiding behind a bottle. I don't blame you for that. But there's one thing I do blame you for. And that's trying to hide behind your own son.
Why don't you do something right for once? Why don't you go away and let that boy alone?
Mighty pretty nurse you got here, Doc. Sure hate to mess her up with a Colt 44. But tell her to mind her own business!
No, Doc. No.
Come on, Tommy!
You better go with him, Doc, before he hurts somebody. He don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing! Son, come on!
Please keep my suitcase for me, will you? I'll send for it later.
Oh, yes, yes, Tommy.
Yes, they're West Point pictures. All your son's dreams are wrapped up in that suitcase.
Doctor, we've got to do something. That man's desperate.
Son, I didn't know about this. I'm sorry.
I'll bet you are.
Get off it!
Gone, Tommy.
You saved my life. The team ran away, Doc. He made me jump.
He wanted to prove something.
Prove what?
All of your dad's life since San Juan Hill, he's been afraid. He wanted to prove to himself that he wasn't scared anymore. You can always remember one thing, Tommy. He died like a man. That year, Teddy Roosevelt won the election and returned to the White House for another term. Cadet Keever graduated with honors from West Point. On October 12, 1908, Colonel Dodge wrote me a letter saying that Tommy Keever had been cited for bravery in the Philippines. President Roosevelt, as Commander-in-Chief, confirmed Keever's appointment as captain in the United States Army. I am happy that the faith I had in Tommy Keever was well-founded.
Expansion was due in large measure to men with vision, men who were not afraid to introduce new enterprises. One such man was determined to introduce the breeding and raising of thoroughbred horses to Rising Springs. However, but for another man, the enterprise would have failed, and the West might never have become a source of the world's great thoroughbreds. Rex Allen stars as the Frontier Doctor.
It generally took more than a horse to excite the enthusiasm of the good people of Rising Springs, but the horse Joe Ridgely and his daughter were leading was exceptional. And along with everybody else, I wanted to find out more about it.
Hi, Doc. Morning, Janet. Joe?
Hello, Doc.
What do you got here?
Isn't he a beauty? Dad bought him in the East.
Hold it, Janet. I only bought a quarter interest in it. It's a partnership deal, Doc. Webb and Graham and Bennett each bought a quarter interest in him, too.
4 of you? Must have cost a lot of money.
He sure did, $100,000.
You're going to enter him in the race next week at Winton City, aren't you, Dad?
That's right, Janet. It's the Western Stakes with a purse of $25,000, and Freedom Son's going to win it.
Mind if I interrupt? Hello, Janet.
Hello, Ralph.
Nice to see you. Do you mind if a comparative newcomer interjects a note of business into these proceedings, Mr. Ridgely?
Not at all, Mr. Courtright. Speak your piece.
I couldn't help overhearing what you paid for this magnificent animal. But a racehorse, like any other animal, Mr. Ridgely, is subject to injury or death.
Yeah, can't argue about that.
Well, all right, then. Don't you think it'd be wise to protect your investment?
Sure, but how?
Well, that's simple. Take out an insurance policy on it. Royal Eastern, one of the companies I represent, insures racehorses.
How much would this policy cost?
That would run you exactly $10,000 a year, Mr. Ridgely.
10,000? That's awful high.
No, on the contrary, sir, it's very reasonable. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Think of the money the insurance company'd have to pay you. $100,000 if anything happened to him.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll tell you, Mr. Courtright, you let me talk it over with my partners, and I'll give you an answer just as soon as I can.
It's fair enough.
Well, it's high time we got you out to your new home. Come on.
Oh, Janet. I'd like to see you soon.
You're always welcome out at the ranch, Ralph.
In a day or two, then?
You coming, Janet?
I'll be right with you, Dad. Bye.
Bye, Janet.
Come see me.
As soon as possible.
Late.
Oh, hello, Doc.
Stork don't keep his appointments on time either. Here's a certificate of soundness on Freedom Son. He's in perfect health.
Thank you, Doctor, but I'm afraid we won't need it.
Well, what's the matter?
Well, I told you I spent all my money on Freedom Son. My partners did the same. We can't afford the policy.
Did you try to borrow it?
Yep, spent all morning talking to everybody we know in Rising Springs. All we could raise was $4,900.
You didn't ask me. Here, I can contribute $100.
Thanks, Doc. But what good would it do? We're still shy 5,000.
How much would it cost to insure that horse for half his value?
5,000.
There you are, Joe. Insure him for 50,000 instead of 100.
The doctor's right, Mr. Ridgely. And if anything happened to Freedom's son, you'd at least get back half your investment.
Of course he's right. Scribble up that policy, Mr. Cartwright.
I've already done it. Except for the amount. You represent all your partners? The sign here.
Huh?
Hello, Miller.
Oh, Cartwright. What are you doing here?
I figured I'd find you here, Ed. I remembered your circuit. You know, east in the summer, south in winter, west in spring. Is that your horse?
Yeah, his name's Whitlow.
Win any purses?
Few.
Good.
What about you? Last I heard, the whole New York police force is after you for embezzlement. How'd you ever get out of town?
Not so loud. I'm a respectable businessman now over in Rising Springs.
You mean you've gone straight?
I'm in a legitimate business. Until the district attorney in New York forgets all about me.
What business you in?
Insurance. That's why I looked you up.
Oh, you got an angle?
A group of ranchers over in Rising Springs bought a horse for $100,000. Name of Freedom's son. Ever heard of him?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great horse.
Well, they spent all their money buying him, and then they insured him. But all they could afford was a policy for $50,000. Half of what he's worth.
And they bought the policy through you.
Yeah. You see what I'm getting at? Knowing what was paid for the horse, the company will insure him for $100,000 with no questions asked. All I have to do is write out a policy for $100,000 instead of $50,000.
Yeah? Well, then what?
Freedom's son meets with a fatal accident. The company pays off. I pay the ranchers their $50,000. You and I split the other $50,000 between us.
But won't the ranchers get a hold of a policy and find out that it's for $100,000 instead of $50,000?
No. I'll forge one for $50,000 and give that to them. I'm broke, Ed. You put up the $5,000 extra premium money.
Seems to me I heard Freedom's son was running in the Western Stakes on Saturday. Is that true?
Yeah, that's the plan. Why?
Well, I've entered Whitlow here in that race. He'd take it, too, if he wasn't running against Freedom's son, and I'd win myself a $25,000 purse. I'll tell you what I'll do with you. You guarantee me that you'll kill that horse before Saturday. I'll give you the $5,000.
You?
Oh, hello, Ralph.
Hello, Janet.
If you're looking for Daddy, he's up at the house.
I came to see you. You're looking mighty pretty, as you always do.
That's very flattering.
It was intended to be. It's a very nice day, Janet. Would you care to go for a little ride?
Well, I'd like to, Ralph, but there's Freedom's son to take care of.
He looks happy enough and hungry enough.
And I have chores to do also.
I'm sure they can wait. Come on, let's go.
All right, I'll run up and tell Dad. Will you close the door for me? I won't be a minute.
that afternoon, Janet came to my office to get me. Freedom's son was sick, desperately sick. Since Doc Watkins was still out of town, she asked me to help. I only hoped we were not too late. You were a person, and from the symptoms, the eyes, saliva, convulsions, I'd say he'd been poisoned.
That's impossible.
No matter what's the matter with him, you've got to pull him through, Doc.
I'll do the best I can. Get me some blankets, some warm water, and a long-neck bottle. And hurry. Easy now. That's about all we can do for now. We'll repeat this treatment about every 4 hours. Where would he get poisoned?
I wish I knew.
Is this the feed bin?
Yes.
There's your answer.
Rat poison. You must have knocked it off the medicine shelf. How could you be so callous, Janet?
But I didn't, Dad. I know I didn't.
But who did? You're the only one's been near him. Courtright. Wasn't he up here this morning?
Well, yes, he was, but why suspect him?
He's new around here, isn't he? We don't know anything about him.
Yes, but what's that got to do with it? The company he represents would have to pay out $50,000 in insurance if anything happened to Freedom's son.
There's no need for an argument. Anyone could have done it, deliberately or otherwise.
Yeah, you're right, Doc. I got no right to be suspicious of Courtright. I'm overwrought, I guess.
You better sit down, Mr. Ridgely.
Yes, I'm tired.
Of course you are, Dad. So am I. Maybe I was careless.
Was deliberately trying to poison him. I think you ought to put a guard with him all the time. He ought to be watched anyway if he's sick.
Dad, let me do it. I can sleep here, and then I can watch him day and night.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of you being here alone. Maybe I ought to do it.
As your doctor, Joe, and as tired as you are, I don't recommend it.
Please, Dad, let me do it.
All right, Janet. All right.
The next 48 hours were anxious ones for us all, as we watched for signs of Freedom's son's reaction to the poison. The crisis had passed, and Freedom's son slowly improved. Janet lost no time exercising the 3-year-old every morning to regain his strength. Finally, 2 days before the big race.
How's he look, Doc?
Looks bright as a button to me, Joe. How's he feeling, Janet?
He's full of himself. All right, cool him out.
Ooh.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Janet?
Hello, Courtright. I brought you a copy of the policy, Mr. Ridgely.
Oh, thanks.
Freedom's son looks in fine fettle.
Yeah, he is now, thanks to Doc here.
Was he sick? You know, Doctor, I insured this horse on the basis of your report. If anything happened to him, I could lose my agency.
Don't worry, he'll be fit enough to run the big race.
We think someone tried to poison him.
Poison? Who on earth would want to do that?
We don't know. Anyway, Janet's staying with him day and night, so it won't happen again.
Can you stay for a while, Ralph? It's almost time for lunch.
There's nothing I'd like better, Janet, but I have an appointment in Winton City.
Well, I'm going in there myself this afternoon. Can you wait?
Gee, I'm sorry, Mr. Ridgely, but I'm late now. How about riding back together?
I'm afraid that's out, too. I'm staying overnight so I can see the race officials in the morning.
Oh, that's too bad. I'd have enjoyed your company. Well, I better be going, Janet. Doctor, Mr. Ridgely.
Well, what do you think, Doc?
He's in the clear.
Of course he is.
The horse's stall is down at that end of the barn.
Are you sure Ridgely's away and the girl's alone with the horse?
That's what they said.
All right, this time we'll make sure the job is done right. Go on.
What are you doing? What does it look like? The girl. You let her out, she'll save the horse. And you make up your mind. Which do you want, the girl or the money?
Now, let's get as far away from here as we can.
Returning from an emergency night call when I saw the red glow in the sky. It could mean only one thing.
Heavens, you came, Doctor. Freedom, son, is he?
Oh, he's out. He's singed a little, but he'll be all right. You know you were locked in that barn from the outside?
No.
Have any idea who did it?
No, I was asleep.
I hate to say this, Janet, but Courtright was the only other one besides you and I that knew you'd be down here alone, that your father'd be away.
But you're wrong. I know you're wrong. Ralph couldn't do anything like that. Besides, what reason would he have?
I don't know.
Ed, I had to see you, Ed. Freedom's son is still alive. And Richie's placed him under 24-hour armed guard.
How the devil did that happen?
I don't know, but I saw him this morning alive and kicking.
Well, there's too much money at stake to give up now. We'll shoot him.
Didn't you hear me? He's under armed guard.
Sure, but they can't guard him while he's running in the race. We'll shoot him then.
You can't do that. There'll be hundreds of people watching.
We're not going to shoot him from the grandstand, you fool. There's a place under the grandstand that nobody ever uses, and it's got a clear view of the track.
Maybe it'll work at that.
It'll work. All the people yelling and screaming, no one will hear the shot. By the time they get to the horse and get him off the track and examine him, why, it'll give us at least an hour before they find out that it was a bullet that killed him.
It was a perfect day for the big race, and people had flocked from miles around to see it. Among the large crowd were many people from Rising Springs, Cartwright and myself included. I had decided to watch him closely. I had chosen a seat above him. Janet and her dad were in the saddling paddock. The horse was safe enough there, as armed guards were watching him. But as race after race was run and Cartwright stayed where he was, my attention wandered. Caught up in the excitement of a close finish in the race before the big one, I neglected to watch Cartwright for a time. With the crowd milling around, it was difficult to keep him in sight at all times. Suddenly, he was gone.
When you get in the home stretch, you find you're not in the lead. You go to the bat. Good luck.
Cartwright, the devil you've been... I don't know who you are, but I know what you've been trying to do. Now stay where you are.
Doc, we've been looking everywhere for you.
What's going on here?
Freedom's son won the race.
Yes, he ran a beautiful race.
These are the two men who've been trying to kill him. I just came from the sheriff's office, and he told me that Cartwright wrote that policy up for $100,000. He intended to kill Freedom's son and pay you your $50,000, and split the other $50,000 with Miller. They found the policy in Cartwright's files.
And the policy for $50,000 he gave me was a forgery?
That's right.
But how was Miller in on the scheme?
He loaned Cartwright the extra premium money. And besides, he wanted this horse out of the way so his would win the race.
Yes, I see. What's Sheriff going to do with them?
Send them back east. They're wanted there for a long list of crimes. They'll be guests of Sing Sing for quite a spell.
Well, good riddance to them. Bring them up here, boys. Well, what do you say, Doc? Think we got a couple of more winners?
I'd say so. Buy 'em with your winnings?
Yeah, paid off our debt like you know, and bought the colts with what was left over. Thanks to you, our plan is underway. But excuse me, Doc, I gotta get them back to their mamas.
I'm sorry, Janet. I guess it's a little unpleasant to find out the truth about Cartwright.
I'm grateful that you did. I'm lucky to have learned what he's really like now instead of later on.
I'll see you at the ranch.
Get up, dude.